Alright. I have till 6:10. 6.
You have what?
Till 6:10.
What time is it your time?
5.
Oh, okay, that works. We can do. Well, let's just do this. Let's go to spawn. Are you in spawn?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Let's go find a spot for the podcast and then make the and then make the room. There's Mikasa behind us. If you want.
Alright, yeah, so that's fine.
I don't know. I don't know where we could go.
Um,
What
I
looks
don't know.
good? Like in the side of the wall somewhere, I'm thinking.
Yep.
Something like this would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of want to see like around spawn though. So what if there's a little spot up here? Here, let's fly up here. If you see me, cool.
There's a little hole in the wall already.
Oh, I was thinking like somewhere like over here. But if we put, ooh, yeah, right here actually. Put a big window right here or something. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Cool. I gotta turn CLI off. It's annoying. So you joined the server right after not right after Make Awesome did, but like in February of this year.
February 18th, yeah.
Nice. February 18th. That's the day after my birthday.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. What is this? Huh.
Hmm?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, this will be tricky. Well, you could build a platform if you wanted, and then one
I could
below it.
terraform it.
Ooh. Yeah, we could. Let's terraform it. Let's just put a big ol' some stone in there and then dig into it, because I do want it to be in the mountain.
Yeah, it's where Spawn 7-1 was.
Yeah. And spawn 6. And spawn 5. So I guess we could do that. You terraforming it?
Hmm? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at that wall over there.
So you joined, and then what did you do? Like, what was your initial experience joining this? I ask everybody this in their podcast. And I do this because, these podcasts are going to be watched through time. I mean, like everybody knows who you are on the server right now, but maybe in 2 years or something, people are going to be gone and new people are going to join, and they're like, "Who's this Pineapple guy?" And then this is their little introduction to you, in a way.
Well, when I first joined, I was lucky enough to be handed diamond armor and gear. And then I was accused of stealing, so that was pretty cool.
Everyone does that. Was that me that accused you of stealing?
No, it was Caleb.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Caleb accused you of stealing. That's awesome.
Yep.
Huh.
Yes,
So what
yeah,
happened?
Sea Phoenix gave me diamond armor. Um, I think someone pseudoed me into saying I'll steal his kidneys.
That might have been me.
No, I think that was GV actually.
Could be GV. He would do something like that too, yeah. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's leave that platform here. And then we could go downward for the... Like down a level for the window, maybe.
Yeah. And I looked around spawn and just left. And then I came back on the 22nd.
What made you leave? You just got bored, or were you like, this, I'm good?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was spawn 6.
Yeah,
Oh.
I like joined 18th, and then actually started playing on the 22nd.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people do that. They join, and they look around a little, and then they leave, and then they come back a little bit later. And you see that, because you'll see somebody join that you've never seen before, and you're like, where did you come from?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gay. I don't know. So at what point did you start building that Coliseum? You built a giant Coliseum in
The
Spawn 6.
22nd.
Yeah.
Yep,
How long did
that's
that
how
take you?
I put some signs at the Coliseum, saying how long it took me. I think 4 or 5 days.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow. And then you started on your Death Star, which never got
It's
completed.
now a giant ass crater.
Yeah, that got
Uh,
watered over, right? Did you use World Edit for all that?
yeah, I use World Edit to make it a giant crater.
When did you start getting into all the commands within Minecraft?
Well, I dabbled in Minecraft Bedrock command blocks for Trimbo, and then I started doing actual command blocks right before I became a Schnitz.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you kind of talking about how you were interested in that.
So, yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna build a roof here. I don't know. I'm just being creative. Like, it feels weird because I'm building off of you and you're building off of me.
And we
Hmm.
don't know what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're just improvising. Whatever looks good. I want the room to be a little bit more square though, so I can get rid of this guy. We want to fill these in. But should it be taller? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Just stagger this roof too. Like end it right here. Oh no, that's good. That's good. Then we have to bring all this up, I think.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there you go. That works. That's fine. Get rid of that. So you stuck around in Trimbo. What
Yep.
is an incident on this server that you kind of remember distinctly?
Um, I have a sucky memory, but
Okay.
I I remember a lot about TKOT and Aries. The
T-Cod.
whole thing.
Yeah. What did that involve? I remember that too. Like that was that whole scenario was weird. T-Cod was Waggle, right?
Waggle, Lego. It's basically all yeah, well, yeah. Lego me.
Who started that?
Us three.
Wow.
Waggle's like, hey, you want to get together and make something? I was like, yeah, sure.
I always thought Waggle would have been a good mod, but he fucked around too much. Oh, what do we want to do? We could leave that there. We could. I don't know. Fill this in up here a little bit. Because I don't know what to do. Well,
I don't know either.
let me go at it on my own just for a minute. Because you want to make the room a little bit more square. You want a big old. We can put our desk right here. We can fill in this window. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I have not done a podcast in a long time. I didn't really prepare on what I was going to ask, to be honest with you. It's kind of funny how that works. I just don't. It's weird because, I had all this motivation a long time ago. And it was funny because I had all these ideas on like what I wanted to do for the server. And now I don't, because I feel like I tried all those things already. But at the same time, I know I have to be there for the server because I want to keep it going. Which in some ways
Well,
isn't fair to the server if I don't have any motivation, you know?
but it's still going and perfectly fine right now.
I always feel like I could do other stuff. When was the last time I did a podcast? It was with Lesbian.
Yeah, I can check.
Yeah, if you want.
This the
I think
13th of
awesome
the
is
7th.
the color of the wall.
I don't see
The
anything.
the 13th of what?
The 7th
The 7th.
month,
Oh,
like
oh, oh,
July.
July. July 7th. Jeez. So all of Spawn 7, I didn't do a podcast. No, I had
No,
to.
no. No,
No, I know
lesbian.
that
You
was
guys
the
did a podcast
podcast,
at the very start of Spawn 7.
and that
That's where
was
you
when we
made the
built
room.
the podcast room in Spawn 7. God damn it! And I never did a podcast in there again. That's funny. That's what we're doing now. Like yeah. Okay, so now we went through all of Spawn 7. What happened during Spawn 7?
It was just very dry. Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing much.
Not much. And it's a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was waiting on the next update to happen, and I wanted 1.8 to happen with Spawn 8, and it happened on the 18th of December. So we got a bunch
Yeah.
of 8s in there. Like, whoopity fucking do. You know, I'm happy, I guess. I don't know. I can make this area like a... No, I don't want to do that.
Yep, Spawn 7 was very uneventful
You know, we
for the
could go
most part.
down. Actually, no. Let's do this. Let's do something like we did with Spawn 6 podcast room. So we built down here so people can like walk over here, and then they have the ability to. No, that wouldn't work. Hmm. We could create another section. It just has this. Like this is nothing. What if we build more this way? Like we start here, we go over a little bit more. So we have like a little bit more of a room, if you will. So I want a place where I can have a lot of room. And I remember during Spawn 6 I had when I was doing podcasts, or Spawn 5 when I was doing podcasts, I would allow everyone to post like a picture in the background for their thing. Like,
Yeah,
what represents you? I didn't do that with lesbian. I don't know.
I think it's probably because it would have taken too much time during the podcast.
Well, I wouldn't do it during. I would do it before the podcast. I would give it like 10 minutes before the podcast for them to do that. And it's weird, you know, because
Yeah,
in the beginning, the podcasts were so easy for me to do. And then it's
yeah. We
like
had to
people get
also
nervous. Yeah.
you had to make the room inside in the previous podcast.
Yeah. Hmm. You know, it's really funny. I reflect on the server a lot, and I think about, I think about Spawn 1, 2, and 3, and it doesn't feel like it was on the same server. You know what I mean? How good are you at interior design?
No,
No?
no.
Damn. All right. Well,
I'm
I need
better at
some lights.
exterior than interior.
Yeah. Well,
You
how
get
about
temporary lights.
let me think. What else could we add? Should we add a window here?
Maybe there should be like a little outdoor patio.
Sure.
That's right.
Yeah, do that. Do that. That'd be cool.
A
That'd be cool.
jungle
Let's
point.
explore some new ideas here. Yeah, you can add a patio there. What if we added a pool? I don't want a pool. A way to walk by it and look. Maybe what if we did this? What if we extended it out? You know, and allowed people to basically walk. Who did that?
Good what?
Somebody put a block right there and got rid of it.
No.
I do that a lot to players though. Sometimes, like I'll be around them, and or they'll get on and they're a new player or something, and they'll be like mining somewhere, and like they'll be mining down a hole, and it'll look like this, you know, like real long. And like sometimes I'll just throw a block right there, and they'll turn around, look at the block, come up, look at the block, and then break it, and then keep on going. And they're like, "What the fuck?" That would be cool, you know. Like, well, I don't know if about a fire, but if we had something smaller like this,
Campfire?
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, yeah. Even that would be cool. Well, no, it doesn't fit the scene.
Yeah, because there's a roof.
Yeah, there's a roof. You gotta have some. You have to have like a table or something. You know, like. And we go down like that. Yeah, something like that. Let's do a little bit more room. So you can add a few more chairs if you wanted. There you go. I remember once during a podcast, I was doing a podcast with Yowzers and Motorcycle, and Yowzers wanted me to move my chair over a little bit, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then he was like, no, Base, just move it. And I was like, I don't want to. And then he just leaves.
Oh.
And he comes back a second later, and he was like, I'm not gonna leave. It's like, all right. And then we started the podcast. He was quiet for a little bit of it. Like, that was a weird podcast because I would ask them questions and they would just sit there and look at me. But gaming on his own was actually very talkative. So, just kind of funny. I don't know. It's funny when you put people in different settings, how they're talkative in one, or they're one type of person in one, and in another setting they're just, they're different.
A whole new person. Yep.
Yeah. Happens a lot. And you see that on this server too. You see people like when there's no admins on, or they're a different time of the day, or they come across like even mods or even admins. If there's no one above them on, and they see that someone's messing around, they will literally bully them. Like, and I think we've all kind of done that at one point or another. Because when somebody does something on the server that we want to stop, you have this power and it's nice. And
Yeah.
you use it on people. But I mean, the truth is, like, power doesn't allow people to be free, and enacting your power is kind of like basically the opposite of having any sort of real freedom on this server.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, not saying I should get rid of my mods, but like to keep that in mind when you're and I've already kind of gone over that with the staff, but I think that's a good moral to have, is to not bully people, but to just get rid of them or put them in timeout, if you will.
Yeah.
Which would be jail. So, yeah. And it's funny, when I started the server, I never had any jail like that. I didn't really have any griefers in the beginning. All the griefers came during Spawn 2. Spawn 3, I had a bunch of major griefers. Spawn 4, I didn't advertise.
There's a bunch of hackers and bunch of spawn griefers in Spawn 6. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, Spawn 6 had extremely griefable land. What is McAwesome doing?
Helping
Is he
with
making
us.
a
Or-
goddamn chair? That's just whatever. I need those fences. Put those out here.
Yep, I've had to deal with multiple hackers and spawn griefers.
And then what does that entail? Like, what hacker? How do you know they're hacking? And what do they do that's...
When they fly over to you and TP you and just start hitting you without taking their eyes off of you.
So,
It's
hold on, they fly over to you?
fly over to me, just look at me, jump repeatedly and crit hit me without laying their eyes off of my head.
How is... Oh, I see. Huh. And so you just know right off the bat it's a hacker.
Well, yeah, there's some really weird dude that Lego and I happened to just be on when he was on. I was just describing what he did, but he had this really weird skin. His name was all in caps and it said, "Please don't kill me."
Oh,
All in caps.
I remember that.
Kind of weird.
And they had a weird skin. Like, what was weird about it?
Blood red eyes and just really crappy skin making.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, like it was a self-made
Trimbo
skin.
creepypasta. Yeah, I like it. I had a lot of weird people. I mean, we've had weird stuff happen on this server. I
Yep.
mean, like I don't know. I've had to ban players because like they harass some player, but not like badly. Like people, there was a person that was messaging lesbian when they first came on, and it was weird stuff, and it was just an automatic ban, like, and they were brand new too, and I think that was right when lesbian joined, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken. Hmm. All right, what else should we add? Maybe some type of chandelier, some type of
over
lighting. No, like a
the
light,
over
like some
table.
type of lighting thing. Yeah, something like that extends down just a little bit.
Then you gotta make this. I don't know. Has to be an odd amount, uh, odd number in length, so then you can have a chandelier that's not off center, and someone will kill you for that.
Yeah, that is a kill. That is a killable offense. That's funny.
Bannable, possibly.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, over the Spawn 7, you started to learn more about command blocks, and that's when I mean Spawn 7 is when I did the flat world. Um, Super flat was pretty fun in the
Yeah,
beginning.
Spawn 7 is when I dabbled in world edit. Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. You fucked around in World Edit.
Did
you there was a
I
couple of incidences.
there was more than a couple.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I've got stories too.
Yep.
Um,
Deleted
when
half
I
a spawn. That was pretty funny.
You did that. Yeah, you were there. I remember because
Like 2 days
I
before
got
spawn.
I got kicked off. And did you destroy Orange Gamer's base like a year and a half ago? Hmm. You weren't on a year and a half ago.
Me? No, I'm not
Oh no,
even
Dip.
here.
I don't think Dip did. That was weird. But yeah, I was off. I got off the server, and then I look, and then you were like, just do it in chunks, and then everyone was like, oh my god, Pine. And I was like, he did something in World Edit. And I get on, and half the spawn is gone.
Yeah, like I would say in that VC, like right before you left, you were talking about how some people would, when you leave, would just go ham on the server, and then right after you did that, I accidentally deleted half a spawn.
You went ham on the server.
Yes, but I've messed up many times with World Edit, but I have done some cool things. That's yeah.
Well, like what, Mr. Pine? What cool things have you done with
Um, Penis
World Edit?
Island.
Penis Island.
Yeah, if you
Where's that?
TP, in the middle of nowhere, but it's
Nice.
Penis Island.
Why do we call it Penis Island? You built this whole island
Yeah.
in
Well,
World Edit? Whoa. Oh, wait, the whole island was built in World Edit.
um, the I destroyed what is it?
Oh, you
Took
flattened
the
it.
entire I took the entire mountain, and then from I think Y level 68, I just made it all flat, and then made the mountains.
When did you do this?
Um, 2 months ago.
Okay, okay.
I call this Penis Island because when I first cleared it out, it said Pines Island. I flipped the I and the E, and it said penis, and that's
Nice.
just where it stuck.
That's
Yep.
that's 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 very understandable, and I wouldn't see how that would imply anything else besides the name of the island.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the sidewalls for the ocean. That's cool.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
supposed to be like a medieval town, but I never got around to doing that,
Yeah.
like all my other projects.
Mm,
But this is just mainly to see what I could do in World Edit.
yeah. So what when it comes to discoveries, like what are you planning on doing like with because there's a lot you can do with commands and command blocks. Um, I mean, that's what Schnitz did back in the day. But he actually, what he would do is he would do a mix between command blocks, data packs, and plug-in configs. He would use all three of those to create something, you know. And I mean, he would do some crazy stuff, like the TNT thing. You remember that when TNT just appeared out of nowhere and it was like floating and it destroyed someone's house?
Yeah, I had to deal with that.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, plan on making Lil Nas X Radio, of course.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Usually, just stuff just comes up in my head, and I'll do it. I'll get to like 75% completion, just do something else
Yeah.
because it just starts getting boring.
Yeah, I know. That's how it happens for me. I lose motivation and I look at something and I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore.
On my wiki, I posted all my builds that I've started, and
Yeah.
there's only one that I finished.
Wow. Yeah, it's a motivational thing.
Yeah,
Kind of sucks.
half the time I'll be working on a project, and then I'll have to leave for some amount of time, and I'll lose all motivation
Yeah.
while I'm away.
Well, that's sort of how it happened with Trimbo. It's funny. I want when I first started this server, I had no intention of like I wanted to have it go for a while, but basically until the spawn was built in enough to be done. Well, and then I built spawn 2. And that was interesting. I liked spawn 2 a lot, which and I remember when I was building spawn 2 though, thinking like I'm probably not going to do anything after spawn 2, but if I did, it would be really cool to continue it on. And I remember thinking about Spawn 7, thinking that was just a pipe dream. Going, like when you tell like a new person that they're gonna that what spawn they're on. Like when someone casually says, "Oh, Spawn 6," or yeah, now we're in Spawn 7, and people would be like, "Spawn 7? So there's 6 other spawns?" And that does happen.
That happens a lot actually
Yeah.
now. So about the command things, I also plan on trying to make a mini game that's
Right.
complex enough that I don't quit doing it,
Yeah.
but enough that it's pretty cool and I won't quit
I
doing
got
it.
bricks and ladders mixed up. That's good. I don't know, like what kind of complicated?
Um, enough so that it takes me about a couple weeks.
Yeah, something you can focus on for a while. That's kind of nice having
Yeah,
something that's like you can get really into, that's complicated, that you can focus on
actually.
for a long time.
Yeah, this is one thing that happened if you TP. This was farm hunt.
What happened to Farm Hunt?
Okay, yeah, I have to show you. Don't mind the hotels in the background. That was,
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah, this is all
alright.
Jesus! Where are we?
Middle of nowhere if you press F3, we're at 7,500,000. Or,
Oh yeah. Jeez, dude.
alright, if you come over to the windmill, just go down, you'll find my command block room. For the minigame itself.
Okay. Oh shit, look at this. Wow.
Um, yeah, only, I would say, 20 rows of these are
Yeah.
supposed to work. But, um, as I went on,
Yeah.
they command blocks became distorted. If I
Distorted?
copied, if I copied the, they wouldn't do what they were supposed to. If I copied the NBT data and moved them over to my single player world, it would work. But
Here it would not.
yeah, I've tried to look like online to see if anyone else is having that, and sometimes it would show. But
Wait, really?
yeah,
That is so weird. So, do you think another command block out there could be running right now to stop your command blocks from working?
no, no, no. There's no sabotage. I think it's probably
Yeah,
just
that You think it's like a plugin?
Well, yeah, but there's nothing that can be done because, well, as you know, Essentials rewrites a lot of the main vanilla commands, and that might be what's going on.
Oh.
So I haven't checked back on this in a long time, so I should probably do that later. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, like, I can understand if this is just a failed project at this point, but
Oh yeah. Half of these command blocks don't work. I just did that just for a photo. That was it.
oh. Hmm.
Oh, world edit. Let me call some. I flattened the area out.
Bro,
It's all.
what on earth is wrong with the terrain? Yeah, it's all flat. That's what. Yeah, Schnitz did this too. He's got a world near. There's a couple areas around spawn 3 that's completely flat.
Oh, I did
Jeez,
that a
man.
lot.
Yeah. Just
Yep.
flattening out the amplification. God,
Yep.
Tyler's Hotel. Tyler the Stoner. That guy. I feel bad. Like he joined the server. He was really cool, so I gave him admin. And he hung out for a little while, and I thought it was cool. He invited all of his friends. And then something happened, and then he kept on coming and going. And then he asked for admin in the general, and I was just like, and I was a little bit weird because he didn't ask me directly, you know? I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, and I gave him admin again. And he just barely showed up every so often. And then he quit again, started his own server, and then I don't know how many times this happened, but I saw it twice where he came on once and he was asking people if they wanted to join his server and sending him the IP. And it was like
Did he
one person at a time.
did he send it in the channel? It's like
In the
DMs or
chat,
DM.
right out in the middle of. I mean, even if it was DMs, like I don't know, I don't appreciate. Like that's what there was another guy named Josh who did that during Spawn 3, during Spawn 3, Spawn 4 ish. No, no, it was Spawn. I can't remember when Josh started their server, but that's what they did. They went through the Discord and just started DMing everybody. I started a server. I started a server. That's messed up too. Like that's the same thing. You're poaching players. Like I get my players. I don't go to other servers and look for players. Like I don't do that. You know, like I
Yeah.
get them. I advertise and I get them there. Like do that. You know, like and that's a great way to start a server if you're just starting off. I mean, like maybe get a couple of like people that are friends of yours. You know, if you're friends with them on this server and you guys talk regularly, then of course you're gonna start. You're gonna join his server.
Yeah.
But coming on my server, talking to new players, and then going, and then asking that they want to join your server, that's just straight poaching, you know, like. And then I
Yeah.
had told him, I was just like, you're poaching my players. And he was just like, no, I'm not. It's one person. I was like, oh, so it has to be a vast majority of people on the server in order for it to be unfair. But if there's one person on, that's okay. It's like the opposite. Like I don't know. I liked him as an admin. I thought he was cool. I think everybody did. I don't think he cared about the server that much, which is fine. It's a block game, but to me, it's a
Yeah.
community.
Life must have caught up with him. That's for most people.
I don't know. Life catches up with me
I-
all the time. Smile Man is still in there.
Ugh,
They got jailed. What did they do again? They were
that's
Q.
Quinn. That's Quinn right
Quinn.
there. Oh man. Yup. Her spawned 5 into a big ass forest fire.
Huh. You sure
And
it was Spawn
all.
5?
Yeah, I was spawn 5. I distinctly remember him setting fire to the roads, paths.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I thought their brother was trying to get him to quit playing the server or something. They were just stealing shit. I feel like that was during Spawn 6. I don't know why. Like I said, I mean, a lot of this server really is a blur. It sucks because sometimes I'll think about something that happened during Spawn 2 or 3, and in my mind, it's like it happened like a year ago. like a year and a half ago, when in reality it was like 2.5 years ago. That's when I started the server. Like a baby born when the server started could be talking right now, walking
I'm
around.
maybe walking. I don't think talking. But I don't know.
Do kids
There's,
talk it too? Trimbocast for the cool Trimby. Welcome.
uh, okay. Well,
Any 3-year-olds on?
talking as in having a conversation with someone else, or like just saying simple words like mother and father.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Just
Yeah.
like simple words.
Simple words. What I've seen like a month and a year and a half.
Well, do you deal with babies?
No. No.
Yeah, I don't either.
Nope. I have a couple baby cousins, and they'll come over to me, and I'll have to,
Yeah.
well, play with them for a little bit, and then. Yep. Yep. They don't do
Nice.
babies.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a. It's funny because I don't. I used to think I loved kids, and then I had to interact with a couple of 9-year-olds, and I was like, God, do not want to deal with kids ever. That's why I don't like. I don't necessarily intolerate immaturity here, but like, be more mature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, you can't really tell a child to be more mature.
Yeah. I have a feeling Aerosmith isn't gonna finish his house. Aerosmith joined during Spawn 6. Went into college. He's gonna do some amazing stuff. And yeah, I'm really jealous of that guy because he's gonna be super successful. But if it wasn't for if Aerosmith never joined the server, I don't think was it Aerosmith that joined or Caleb that joined first.
Uh, I remember Caleb saying he was invited by one of his, or I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I know they're all
Panzer.
together. Yeah, I think it was Panzer.
Panzer invited all of them. They never talked. I think they got on a couple of months ago. Seen Panzor 2 months ago. That's interesting. During Spawn 7, it was such a sad time. I remember getting on during Spawn 7 and no one would be on and be like, God, this server's dead. And
Yep,
I'd
that
feel so
happened.
bad.
Mid spawn 7 and late spawn 6.
Well, it's weird because late Spawn 6, nobody joined. Spawn 7 started and there was this boom. We had 28 players on.
26.
Um, we had 28 players on during the
7.
beginning of Spawn 7.
Yeah.
Yes. To the beginning of Spawn 7, we had 28 players on. And then I had like network issues at work. Yeah. My entire work was having network issues and I couldn't get the server back on. And everybody quit. I got the server back and going and nobody was on. Then again, I didn't do Trimba Tuesdays. I didn't do any podcasts.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
would
funny
say,
because that's what keeps the server alive is
let's
events.
see,
And
half of those players, like half the 20 players were mostly new, so
yeah,
server started going down. They just didn't feel like coming back.
yeah, some carpet. Yellow carpet. Who TP'd to me? A pine.
I
Oh,
did. I was running around the farmland area.
nice. But I mean, here we'll start with a yellow. I don't know what kind of carpet would look good in here. Let's do this.
Yellow, green, something to fit the area.
What are you planning on doing like on this server? Like, is you just come here to hang out, don't you? Here, let me make a. No. I'm making a rug.
Oh,
Yeah.
um, well, I learned command blocks here. I learned world edit here. I learned how to terraform and I learned how to build. So I've, yeah,
You've completed. Well, I mean, I don't know if you've completed your task. I mean, not task, you know what I mean, but like what you wanted to do here. You're not done with Trimbo yet, is my point. At least I don't think.
My ultimate goal is to build a soccer stadium with a soccer minigame along with it. It's my ultimate goal.
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah. The door that I showed you with like the custom door.
Yeah.
Um, that is the start of my exploration of falling blocks, which will be used as a soccer ball. Yes, I will make
Complementary
FIFA
colors.
22 in Trimbo with all microtransactions too included.
So I told KCal that at one point that we would never do microtransactions. Purple.
Really? You don't want people
Yes.
to pay money to become an admin?
Hell no. Hell no. Who's that person that came on that? Oh yeah. Huh. I guess that. I don't like that either. What's the orange, yellow, and violet? Complementary colors. Hmm. That's it. I'm trying to figure out color charts and shit, but yeah, purple and yellow go together well, I guess. But let's try something else. Let's try orange and blue. Green and
Could
red. Orange and blue are complementary colors.
could just do like a mix of the same ish colors, like yellow, orange, and red, or green, dark green, and lime. I don't know if there's three different greens.
I really have no idea who's in this podcast. Like, who's listening to all of us. Pineapple podcast? Yeah, finally. I need to start doing more podcasts, but I also need to figure out how to talk to people, like what to ask them. I'm terrible at that.
Well, how you found the server? It's one of them.
How did you find the server, Pine? Well, you met
Oh,
somebody.
Lego invited me,
Yeah.
and then I invited a couple friends.
Who did you invite?
Um, well, I invited Aiden. I invited
Nice.
Scores. So I would say I'm responsible for Aries. Um,
Scores?
Scores has swag, or Rivali has swag, or he goes by many names. Carson A.
Oh! Ah,
Yes.
I remember them.
Yep.
Kind of.
And then he invited his friends, and he invited many other people. My name's Scores. Yes, that was his original name.
My name's Scores. Oh, what about Jaden?
That's his cousin. He invited his cousin.
Oh, yeah, he was the guy. Scores! Scores is Carson?
So, yeah,
No shit! That's
he,
awesome. Scores always lied for attention.
he always changed his name every like month or so. Once it became available to rechanged.
They were funny. So they still play on that. What's their name now? Are they on?
Um, no, I don't know their current name. They change it.
Well, I
He
think you can
changes
look it up.
names.
Type in
I
like
have to.
scene. My name's Scores.
No, it only for scene for what I've seen. It only works for like their current or very previous
Well,
one.
then you do a scene, and then you just look at the IP, and then you do scene then you just look for a scene in the IP. There you go.
Yeah, I can't see scores. I don't remember his name. Was it Lucas? Yeah, I have no idea what it is. Oh, yeah.
So, did you have at any point when you were part of the staff, were you like, I want to be an admin, or not part of the staff, but you started off? You ever was your ultimate goal ever to become like an admin, or like when you were a mod, were you like, I want to be an admin? Like, did that ever happen? Like, or did you just like whatever happened? Like, I don't know. What was your thought when that was going on?
I wanted to be an inspector because it seemed cool to look at block logs. To
Yeah,
which I would run around spawn just looking at anything and everything.
yeah, that's
Every
cool.
chest at spawn 6 I would look into
Yeah.
and see what happens. I didn't originally want to get mod. Not that I don't want it. It's just it never really crossed my mind, and admin just or mod like just happened like out of
Yeah.
sudden. Um, admin. eh, yeah, I kind of wanted it.
Well, I'm sure you did. Once you're a mod, you're like, oh, that's a little bit more power. It's nice, and you get put. It's funny because I don't even know the perms anymore. I set those up so long ago.
Hmm. Most notably, yeah, there's basically no like basic overall ones like slash fly, but
Yeah.
a lot of specifics.
A lot of people wanted it, like to fly, especially on an amplified server. Like, come on, like,
Yeah, it's the best way to get around.
oh, absolutely.
Oh
And the
yes,
most
most
abusable
abusable.
time set. I remember when what was can um I know inspectors have the ability to change the weather.
Yeah.
And I remember who was it that was pissing me off?
Oh, I remember Wackel doing that
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, inspectors can change the weather. Like that's a little tidbit that people don't know. Oh, this isn't center.
Yeah, Waggle would use it all the time to use his trident.
Yeah. Which actually lags up the cert. No, we shouldn't do this. It's fine. A little bit of asymmetry is okay if this is just a little bit off. I don't care. I don't like this rug though. This is the world's ugliest rug. Like if
Maybe you
anyone
should
wants
keep it
to
like that.
change it, like the avocado rug. Yes, it is. I love it. It's gross. It's a disgusting looking rug. Like it looks like somebody kind of puked a little and everyone's leaving. Yeah, that's funny.
But it's off center. It's my only issue with it.
I know it
Doesn't
is. It's off center just a smidge. So what should we do? Do we open up the room a little bit more and extend this out? But then the room isn't center anymore. This is
yeah.
complicated. Or do we just shorten the rug? I don't know. Or maybe we do this. We just take another layer from the room and extend the rug out a little bit. No, that wouldn't work either. God damn it, we're in a bit of a pickle. You know, Schnitz did say something that I thought was pretty funny. Back in the day, this server is more than just a Minecraft server. And for a while, and for a long time, I really do want to keep it just Minecraft because I feel like other games make other people fade away, and like I'm so scared of people leaving, you know. But the thing is you really just need to make a place for people to want to come. You
Yeah.
don't get people to stay with threats. They do what they want, they just don't tell you. You you uh you just make a good server and you hope they stick around.
Yeah. But,
I think that's what I do. I don't know. There we go.
well, it seems to be the case so far.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
implying it
yeah.
changing.
Yeah, well the server does need to change. I mean like constantly.
In
There's there's
in
always
what
a
way?
need. Well, every single way that is possible, it changes and adapts. KCal and I talked about this. Trimbo, in fact, changes a little bit every single day. Like, you could join the server today, and it won't be the same place. It will be. I mean, like, is this the same environment it was at the beginning of Spawn 6? A little bit. It didn't change much, but during Spawn 7, the server didn't change much. It kind of remained the same. It had the same staff, the same stuff was happening, you know. But that was kind of a. But another thing, it was a period where you were kind of learning how to do the server,
Yeah.
and work with stuff. So it was, and it was funny because during Spawn 4, that's the same thing Schnitz was doing. Like, while I was gone, Schnitz was on the server going bananas, just messing with stuff. That's just what just the kind of person he is, like. And it's funny because you do a lot of that, not a lot of the same stuff that he did, but you mess around with stuff like he did, which is cool. I need someone like that on this server. The Trimbo needs a person that messes with plugins and stuff because it makes things more interesting, and then you add something interesting to the server at one point or another, and you can be the person responsible for that, and you'll be known as the guy that messes with stuff, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've definitely spent hours in AnyDesk working on the Earth server.
Really?
Yeah, yep,
Wow.
I
Okay.
did.
And let me ask you this: the AnyDesk didn't kick you off. It doesn't make you do a have to pay for it, right?
Oh no.
Because it did
Uh,
that for me after an amount of time. It was like, if you're using this for a business, you need to
oh,
pay
that
for it. Yeah.
that's what happened to me. So I re-downloaded it and haven't had an issue.
Really? I
Yeah,
figured it would log your IP address. And what do we think of this podcast room? It's a lot more open. What is this?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely more open.
awesome.
Yeah, it would give me like a minute and 30-second timer
Yeah.
while it has the message.
Well, I guess I'll just re-download it then, because I have the server right next to me.
Well, I did re-download Windows, but
Oh, that'll do
not
it.
because of that. Yeah,
So that probably had something to do with the reason why you were able to do that too.
yeah,
I'm
but
sure it saves some sort of key on your
yeah,
yeah, on your operating
my
system.
key is remain the same though, but it doesn't ask me anymore.
Interesting.
I think it does ask you if you're what like your purpose is for using the AnyDesk when you first do it.
And you
I
say
believe
it's purely non-commercial.
that's what I should have said.
Hmm, that's funny. I like this. I like the podcast stream. It looks good. It feels good. It feels homey. Well, there's a few things we could do. What if we did? What if we did
Centered
this?
stuff. I agree. The rug is off-centered. This thingy is off-centered. I'm gonna die.
It's extremely off-centered. What if we did something like this?
Or you can just purposely have that like that.
Yeah. Do this. Kind of a stack wood sort of deal. I don't know. What do we think of that? Looks terrible. Yeah. Throw out what we don't like. I don't like this.
Like, what's the overall theme of the build
I'm
or
going
podcast?
crazy right now. Like nothing. Like I am just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like that's it. Like if it does it look good, does it feel good, then do it. If it doesn't, then you don't. It's kind of what you do with so here's a fact about me that you guys might not know. I'm actually a bass player, and I've been
Oh,
playing for a while. I know, crazy. Um, and that's one thing you do when you jam with someone. You just improvise. You just kind of you bass plays bass. um, you really go into a scale and just mess around, stay in the same rhythm, and then mess around until something sounds good. I hate this. This doesn't feel
maybe
good at
you
all.
could incorporate a lot of grays and greens to fit the area.
Like what? You could do this.
Well, I could make a plant just sprout into a take over
Yeah, that'd be cool.
couple. I did that with my office in the law building.
A law building. That was
Um,
another thing that happened.
yeah, a few TPs is what I did with my office. Just made it over infested.
Oh shit. We could do something like this. Like, what is this?
Hanging roots.
Hanging roots. That's kind of cool. And some vines too. What are these?
Glowberries.
Glowberries. Glowberries. Do they glow?
I don't know. There's no glowberries you can harvest on this.
Huh. That's funny.
I don't know if they glow.
You know, I will say this though. Spawn 5, or I keep saying that. Spawn 8. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, what we started on the 18th, and
Yep.
it's the second now. Looks great.
Third.
The third, yeah, it looks fun. Like by now with Spawn 7, I was like, all right, let's start getting rid of shops because it looks terrible. Like buildings are being built on top of each other, and then we had to make the
Um.
mall, which, I mean, the mall, the concept was a good idea.
Yeah.
I think people had different opinions on how the mall ended up.
Yeah. It was mainly Thai and terracotta for the longest time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. We put some vines over here. Let it grow down a little. Down, and that's just cool.
was
Yeah. I'm liking the podcast room. You know, I originally called the Trimbocast the bass player 94 show or something like that. Yeah, it was called the Bass Player 94 show. And then I was like, no, because anybody should be able to do a Trimbocast, do a podcast.
yep, and
So,
people have done that. It's what the most recent one is.
yeah. I like the accents, Q. This looks good. Yeah. You know what? I'm okay with this. This looks good. You got the vines hanging. Let's have a vine like hanging from here, like right there. That would look good. And then maybe vines that go down here. Yeah. But I like the openness of it. Like this is different. You know, not having a big ass window, just. And we improvised this whole thing.
Yeah.
That looks good. I see what you're doing, McAwesome. Having the bottom line, something like that. It would have to be something completely different. What if you made it stone? Ooh. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
You could throw a vine in there. No, not in the middle. Like a vine on the side. Like one that on the side that hangs down, not directly. You know, that looks, I don't like that. Okay. You know, McAwesome, if you're gonna do an accent like that, it has to be something completely different. Like it can't be stone. It has to be like wood or something. But even then, I think it looks good the way it is. You know, I don't think you need to add that accent. Well, maybe just this room. This room looks good. I like this. Yeah. QQ. But overall, yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
I do need to do more of these though. It takes so much out of me because I'm like I have to plan for it. I have to do, and then like okay, so I gotta. Like with you, it was a little bit easier because it was more like, earlier in the week, let me know when you want to, when you're free.
Yep.
Maybe I'll start doing that, just like let people know, like anytime you're free. Ooh, you could do that. Well, here, do that in the entranceway.
What, the
Like and like
overgrown stuff?
no, like and then do it right here, not there, right there. And then we can. I don't want to get rid of that glass. Need something else. Yeah, that looks good right there. That little accent right there looks fine. I like having community builds like this, and that's what I want to do with the Trimbo Tuesdays. You know, have a you know uh
Oh, spawn turned out. There's how the new spawn turned out.
yeah, there is no way that I would be able to do this on my own because that's what happened. Spawn 7 was Sky, GV, and I. Spawn 6 was purely me. Spawn 5 was purely me. Spawn 4 was purely me. No, Spawn 5 was not purely me. KCal had a lot to do with some of the paths there as well. Can't leave him out.
Do you use World Edit to make the pass?
A lot of them, yeah. Makes it easier. You can travel farther with less
Yeah.
material.
Zero material. Yeah.
Yeah, zero material at all. And then you go back and just you walk the path, and anywhere that doesn't make sense, you just flatten it out with slabs.
Yeah.
So, this looks good. This looks really good. I like how in the beginning we had no idea what we were doing. So when we do, I think sometime this week, we need to get all the admins together as soon as we can. Tomorrow, if we can.
But that's
And
Tuesday.
we're not going to do Trimbo Tuesday. We're going to be
Okay.
making the arena for Trimbo Tuesdays on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
that is a sin. You do not house Trimbo Tuesdays on Tuesday. It just
oh
doesn't
yeah, I was
happen.
gonna start complaining for a second, but
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I'm like, do I have to quit the server? What's going on here? Like,
Yep. Last time you see me to this today.
on a Trimbo Tuesday, on an actual Tuesday. I
Yeah, it's
like how Nivadora is doing these movie
movie
Monday
nights.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to get her access to the media center so she can, because I have a little media center she can jump into, and then she can go on to whatever she wants, show whatever movie she wants, and then just play it.
Yeah, McAwesome, it's well, I think now it's just starting to become on Mondays, but just like
No, it's
whenever
they're on Fridays.
it'll just happen, and that's it. Like it'll be like a heads up before, like a week before, vote on the movie, and it'll just happen.
D no. There you go.
Oops. Have you learned to do anything with your experience on Trimbo besides run a server?
Manage people, how to handle myself a little bit more maturely in situations. Like I'm not, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, there are certain times where I don't handle myself maturely at all. But being able to recognize my own behavior was a big one in this. I mean, I always kind of have, but that was a big one with like working with people because you have to when you're and another one was realizing that I need to, you know, be more assertive in certain situations that I have, being the owner of this server comes with a little bit of weight to your word. So when
Yeah,
you say something happen, well, it works both ways because when you say something happens, it should happen, and if it doesn't, people are going to know you as the guy that doesn't do things. And I've been known as that guy for a while. And it kind of sucks, because then people don't take you as seriously and but when they do, when your word does mean something, you can make things happen a little bit more. And it's not even that. Like you can have more say in this community and if your ultimate goal is to bring this community together, then hosting events and having podcasts, more people are going to tune into that.
yeah. Would you complain if just randomly you come back to this podcast room and everything is centered, but it looks perfectly normal?
everything is centered. Well, what needs to be said? You can redo the rug if you want. Like that's the rug kind of
No, but the
made the
rug is
room.
ugly, which is why it
Yeah.
should stay.
All right. All right. Yeah, keep the rug. I mean, what would you do? It
Just
looks good.
move anything, like
I
move some
like,
stuff like a block or something.
but it looks
But
so
it'll,
good the way it is. I don't
I
know. I
mean,
like it. Like I come in here and I mean having
yeah,
everything
but
all over the place like this.
when you're looking at like this is fine. This is perfect. But when you're looking at like this, no. See,
Yeah, you can't look at it from here and be happy. Like God, that everything is so off. But that makes it okay. Like if you have one thing that's off in a row of things, that's fine. But if everything in that row is slightly off, that can add to the decor. You know, if I have 15 things in a row and everything's straight except for one, the one thing you're going to want to do is come up and push it over. So even hell, do this. You gotta do the same thing with the lights. Gotta move one over. You gotta make it asymmetric. So it works if you look at it one way, but not another. If you have it off like that. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, if you're looking at it straight from here, it looks all right then. Because now the lights are off, which means everything's off, which means this is the way it's supposed to be. And because it's so detailed, you think it's natural.
so did you make your skin yourself?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
This one, yes, actually. So,
you just take
uh,
the head and made the tux.
I just took the head and made the tux. Yeah, I made the entire tux. All on my own. You could see I sort of put a little detail into the tie. It was a straight red
Yeah,
tie, and then I started to add a little bit darker pixels at the bottom. And if you look at the bottom, you can't see it because I'm an F5, but at the bottom of my head is a little meat stick, and that is my I don't know. You can see it on my not on the
right,
bottom of my head, but the top
barely.
of my tux. Top of my
Yeah,
tux, you can see a little meat
top of your
stick.
torso. You can
Yeah.
see it.
There's
Just
this
a
little. Here, let
pixel.
me see if I can. Yeah, there it is. This little pink pixel. That's my. That's my me. That's my nerves.
Yeah, it's 6. Oh, it's past 6:10.
Oh yeah, yeah. We talked about that. All right. Well, do you have any last remarks to wrap this up, Mr. Pine?
Um, no.
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 No. Okay.
Um, uh, McChad, what about you? Do you have anything? Putting you on the spot.
He's like, balls. That's
Yeah.
literally how I spoke to McAwesome back in the day. Like he only typed. I didn't know his voice. Who else was it that I didn't know their voice? Oh,
Lego
Lego.
knife?
I always thought Lego was British. You talked before Lego did though, right?
Yeah, but very rarely. Once
Yeah.
I got mods, when I started talking more ish.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, man. Well, let's go sit at our podcast table that we finished, and then be like, all right, let's sign off. Here we go. I guess we can all sit here. This looks good. I'm very happy with this. 100%. Yeah. The detail looks good. It looks like Spawn 8.
yeah.
And increase the view distance, but that would bring my TPS down like crazy. All right, man.
Well,
Well,
yep,
yeah. What were you saying?
everything in this room, all the materials that it's built out of, are commonly seen throughout Spawn 8, like the
Yeah.
bricks. Just a
Yeah.
couple houses built out of
A
them.
couple houses made out of bricks, yeah. So this is Spawn 8. All Spawn should, yeah. Once we make our next podcast room, that's what I'll do. I'll go through the Spawn, then pick a bunch of, material, and then just make it out of this. Get the theme. That works. That works. All right, man. I always say this. I need to do more podcasts. Hopefully, we can do a podcast again. I mean, gaming's the only person that was able to do 2 podcasts. Oh, KCal did 2 podcasts too. And if I keep doing them, there's no reason why you can't. But I mean, I've got so many other people I've got to do a podcast with, and it's freaking 2022. I started this server in 2019. 2019. That is insane. Trimbo's going to turn 3 this year. Trimbo Amplified's going to turn 3 this year. Trimbo itself's going to turn 12. So, all right, man. It's been good talking to you.
All right. Yep. Same. All right.
Catch you next time.
Yep. All right. See ya.
I'll see you.